What's up? It's Friday, off of work. Sometimes you just gotta get a cup of coffee and, I don't know, get out here for a whole second shift, right? Because if you don't work on it, fortunately, no one will. Set that there. All right, tonight, I don't know, some point this evening, we're gonna throw the front sway bar on here. I searched, I didn't see any videos on it, so I figured make one. Truck's LS swapped, no tune yet, kind of just wrap that up. Got the knock sensors functioning. If you ever end up doing those, make sure you get a inch-pounds torque so you can do 10 inch-pounds. Otherwise, you're probably gonna over torque them like mine and they won't work, or whatever. For some reason, they didn't work. So, CPP doesn't really matter who you got. I just kind of got one. Front sway bars needed on these. I drove around without just to get the feel. That way I can feel the improvement that this is gonna bring. It's not too hard. So top, it goes into, I believe, either the front or the top of the lower control arms, and then it mounts up here somewhere. I am worried because right there, someone must have put the chain up to that right there. I don't know, but we'll see if the mount lays flat or if we gotta beat it flat. Here's your part number. I was gonna put it on before I put the motor in, but you know, lowering it, making it run sounded like a much better time. Here's the inside for you. I don't really know if I've shown much of this truck. So that shifter's a low car? Not low car, it's a builder kind of thing. You gotta have your own, that's who makes it. Clayton Machine Works. Gotta make your own, or have your own shifter. I just use the old 4-speed just to keep the look. Might go with some aluminum thing off Amazon later. 5-hole wheels so that I have 5-hole wheels for the next C10 I want to build. You always got to be ready for the next one, right? Step side bed. Got it in Southern Colorado. 1 fender's from North Carolina. Felt like I needed to use it, so we got a step side right now. We started cutting down this, as you can see. Was a fleet side long bed. Might be a winter project I take on and just kind of piece together and then throw it on here. This is just a piece of wood that's thrown in here. Got a bolt up there and up there holding it to the box. If you look, you probably can't see, but it's just bolted and tack welded to the cross sills. I was tired of screwing with it more or less and just wanted to have it driving and running. So put the bed on, and just tacked it, and meant to come back full circle and do the bed. Yeah, so I still have these that came with this bed. Painted in black. To do the floor correctly, I just haven't, so whatever. Not really the straightest truck. That's why I don't really feel too bad about using this to kind of learn how to do an LS swap. We have another down here, a little newer than this one. I think this one's an 02 Avalanche, but drive-by-wire. I hear that's kind of odd. Stuck it in there, had to replace damn near every accessory. Hindsight, maybe I'll just do that, or who knows. Aluminum radiator came with this truck. It had a 305, spun a bearing on the way home. That's why I got an LS. Believe me, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have to. But this got me into it. Cut down my own harness, lt1swaps.com. 2 relays and 4 fuses. I'd love to find a better holder, but then I have to repin some stuff later, right? Electric fans are hooked up, keeping the mechanical just because I want to build a better fan shroud to make the electrics more efficient, but I also think it's like an Amazon radiator and fan combo, so those aren't really great. They don't move a lot of air. I don't know. Tip trick, don't know if it'll help somebody, but it helped me. C5 Corvette manifolds, dump down the center. O2 is right there. Haven't done a very good collector and exhaust out yet. Just have some cut weld stuff put there just to get to the tuner. Told me I needed 18 inches of exhaust to get a decent read on everything. Earl's fitting for the quick connects with a fuel pressure gauge to AN from Hot Rod Fuel Hose. I think they're in Canada. Worked good for me. Didn't have any trouble. I know some people hate PTFE and all that, but I think it's just kind of good insurance, mostly because it's resistance to so much shit that can fuck up your lines. Heater core seemed good. Had it running, turned the heat on, it was hot. No drips, no leaks. Fingers crossed, right? That's it. Big old trans cooler, running standalone trans cooler. 4L60 two-wheel drive. Who fucking knows what stage, but it's built-ish. Bought it from a guy off Facebook, told me it ran and drove when he pulled it. Of course, it only had like 2 gears, so, you know, he was full of shit on that. So we had it rebuilt, upgrades, higher stall torque converter for a cam one day because you need that jumper. But yeah, boosted brakes, disc brake conversion, drop spinders. That's about all I can think of that I've done to it. Someday we might do some floor work. We left the pedal because we left the shifter, and I think it's kind of neat. Should do rockers, should do corners. Honestly, just should drive it. So we're up to tonight. I'm probably gonna do a time lapse because I don't want to deal with pointing stuff out unless I have an issue. All right, step 1, jack up the old thing. I just jacked up under the A-arms, put them on these ramps. That's how I would do it. That way you keep suspension compressed enough that you can get this to sit level with the frame. You want your links to be as level as possible. I don't think these have links. It might. Yeah, there's the link. But yeah, you want the bar to sit level as possible. Ride height gives you the best use of physics. Did one on this old girl back in the day. Had this thing lowered when I lived out east, taking some windy roads. This thing's been good. It's a stiff bar. Forgot who makes it. It's like Borgen. I don't know. Not Borgenson. They make steering stuff. But yep, that's step 1. Sorry, I'm rambling. All right, here's where we're at. Tied it up, frame, centered it, set up the geometry. Gonna get it centered up now. See where it hits on the lower arms. Go from there. Got a supervisor. That's what it says to do. Center it, put these on the A-arm, then that. Blah, blah, blah. Might be an existing hole. Use the U-bolt. Bounce it. See what we got. Fuel tank's full, you can hear it. Let's see. It's already pretty good side to side, All right, dudes, it wasn't bad. 2 9/16 wrenches, center punch. I used like a unibit. You need like a 3/8 bit. You know, with supervisors checking in. Pro tip for anybody. It probably would have been nice to say this for at least this year. There's a slot here in the frame and there's a hole. Use this hole. It's already there. I mean, at least you have something to hang this from when you're working on it. You wouldn't have to strap it. So put a bolt in there. Have to drill that one later. Same over here, which is nice because there's some damage here. Someone did a thing. But yeah, use that hole. You have to drill that back hole. You come over there. And you set your tab in there like that. 3/8 hole back there. Wash your lock nut, you're done. Same with that side. Yeah. Pretty easy. Snug them until you can just barely still turn these. It's kind of what I learned as best practice. They'll settle in and then tighten them a little more. Don't forget the grease in here. Luckily these are greasable, so service is easy. Sweet. Yep. As far as spacing it, I don't know. I used like a fist there to there. I think it was like from the center of the bend to there. 5 3/4, 5 1/2, somewhere in there. But that's just how I did it. Cool. Setting her down. Could already tell coming up on the other side that nice and stiff. Got poly bushings on the cab. This is probably polyurethane bushing too. Should be a pretty good handling truck. I don't know about a sway bar in the rear. I just kind of feel like that's maybe too much. I don't know. I have a sway bar in the rear of my daily truck and it's fine. It's just stiff and like this with spins the back one's pretty easy. So if I threw a sway bar in the rear, it'd probably just be a loose rear end. Sit level as hell, but I'd probably just be sliding. I don't know. What do you guys think? Rear sway bar and now driving video coming up, but I gotta get a tune. And some miles on it. All right, well, we had a conniption. Granted, we slept just fine, but felt like I was gonna lose sleep, not knowing if the steering arm clears that thing. Let me find a light. Yeah, get that kit. Some of them look overcomplicated. This one mounts right to the frame. Things like mine, it's lowered. Just gonna get lower. Bagging it in the future would be fun, maybe. But this just gets it driving, so. Yep, part numbers at the beginning. I'll put a description, CPP thing. Bet there's a cheap one on Amazon, does the same thing. Cool.